The first event is stair climb, which is often one of the first tasks performed at a fire incident. The ability for personnel in full structural PPE to travel to the fire floor for extinguishment or rescue is an essential function for firefighters. In the event of a high-rise fire, firefighters would be expected to climb to the top floor while often carrying heavy equipment. There is a reasonable expectation for personnel to climb and descend the training tower once. Climbing stairs under the weight of full structural PPE at a firefighter pace requires aerobic capacity, cardiovascular fitness, leg and lower body strength and endurance, and balance. The second event is the ladder raise. The ability for fire personnel to be able to position, raise, and lower a fireground ladder for fire suppression and rescue operations is essential. There is a reasonable expectation for firefighters to position a 24-foot ground ladder next to a building and to fully extend and lower the fly section. Raising a fireground ladder requires grip strength, arm and upper body strength, and hand and eye coordination. The third event is the hose drag. The ability for fire personnel to remove fire hose from the fire apparatus and drag it into a position is an essential function for firefighters for successful suppression operations. There is a reasonable expectation for firefighters to drag a 50-foot section of uncharged, weighted hose a distance of 75 feet. The hose drag requires muscular strength and endurance of the upper and lower body, cardiovascular fitness, and aerobic capacity. The fourth event is the tire strike. The ability for fire personnel to use hand tools to force entry and to ventilate the structure is an essential function for firefighters. There is a reasonable expectation for firefighters to perform 20 overhead strikes to the tire using a 9-pound sledgehammer. The tire strike requires grip strength, arm and upper body strength and endurance, hand-eye coordination, and aerobic capacity. The fifth event is the crawl. The ability for fire personnel to crawl is an essential task when performing fire suppression and search and rescue operations. There is a reasonable expectation for firefighters to crawl on all fours through a 75 linear foot serpentine cone laid out. The crawl requires aerobic capacity, upper and core body strength and endurance, agility, and flexibility. The sixth event is the dummy drag. The ability for fire personnel to rescue a victim or a downed firefighter out of a structure or away from a hazardous location is essential. There is a reasonable expectation that near the end of the course, firefighters should still be able to drag a 165-pound mannequin a distance of 50 feet. The dummy drag requires upper and lower body muscular strength and endurance, core strength and endurance, aerobic capacity, and balance.